Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Turf Today podcast, presented by True Turf, Rolling Perfection. And check them out, because they are giving away $10,000 for sending in a picture of your roller, or you on your roller, or someone on your staff on your roller, or, I don't know, a beautiful scenery shot on your golf course. They're doing it. They're giving away $10,000. They also have monthly prizes, so get in there. It'd be amazing if you could win. That would change maybe your life, or, you know, be able to help you guys at the golf course if it's a whole crew kind of thing. So get in there. Why not? They're a great sponsor of ours, and they have fantastic products, and the fact that they're giving away $10,000 to try and boost the fun, get in there. So yeah, I'm Adam Kershane, joined by my buddy, your buddy, Trevor Larson. And today we have Zach Festa joining us for episode 18. He is from Connecticut, which is hilarious. Last episode, we were asked if we'd have somebody on from that area, that neck of the woods, and here we go. We got an assistant superintendent, and yeah, T-Money. Another day in the life, huh?
I was sick the last 2 days, so I completely forgot today was Thursday.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you were kind of quiet on the text, on the social medias the last couple of days. I was worried about you.
I was dying.
Oh, no. Flu or the cold?
Probably flu. I don't know. I fucking was stuffed up. Sucked to breathe, snoring like a motherfucker. My wife slept in the guest room. She hated me.
Yeah, what can you do, right?
Not a goddamn thing.
All a part of it.
Yep. So I get back to the course and take a wild guess at what I came back to the course to.
More turtles.
No, I wish it was something that would funny.
Oh, something was broken or something was ruined. I bet you.
Oh, you mean something? How about fucking everything?
Everything.
Garage door, big rough unit, shortcut mower or T-mower, whatever you want to call it. The new mower that we just got, it's not brand new, but it's new to us. I get it. I go to use it today. Jacobson, for whatever reason, has a stupid little arm on their cutting units, and it won't go down flat because of this stupid little arm. So I gouged the fuck out of one of my greens while testing it this morning. Luckily, I'm smart enough to test things on the furthest point in the very back and the shortest cut. So I just put a nice little gouge in the back of it. But that was broken, even though it was delivered yesterday.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like a snowball effect, eh?
You know, if murder was legal.
If it was legal, everything would be legal. It'd just be the purge.
Purge night sounds really fun.
All right. What do you want to get into first?
Well, I was going to ask you how Canada was, but apparently you don't even care enough.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You asked how I'm doing down here. I was being nice and returning the favor.
Things are good here. It's been really hot. Our guys have been laying sod for the renovation, so I think the boys in red did 45 pallets in 3 days.
I was wondering what you meant by pallets in that text the other day. I was too sick to care.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you sent me a picture with your shirt off in your car, and it made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, that happens when you get that dirty and that wet from sweat. You know, the shirt comes off and you drive home topless.
I don't need to know that. You can tell a story of it.
I'm sure I'm not the only one. At least I left my pants on.
Well, at least they weren't shown in the picture.
True. And the picture was like above the nipples. So it's not like I was showing off any tit or anything.
You were sending me a thirst trap.
Oh, geez. Two married men sending selfies back and forth, eh? Sweet.
I don't believe I've ever sent you one, so don't accuse me of something I haven't done.
That's a one-way street.
It is, and it's going to remain that way because I'm not a selfie taker. I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
I feel like such a douche taking a selfie.
Mm-hmm.
It's even uncomfortable looking at my little screen here on the Zoom.
Seeing yourself?
Yeah.
Do you like listening to your voice back?
I don't mind it. I like hearing the conversation and seeing if you notice little jokes that I throw in there from time to time.
Yeah, stuff that goes over my head.
Yeah, that is...
I've heard of some people that just can't listen to their own voice. They can't listen to their own show.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. I'm not one of those. I can listen to our show.
Want to get into some questions right away? So let's start with this. John from Woolly Park. The Woolly Park Golf Club. I don't know if anybody, I'm sure a bunch of people of a bunch of our followers follow them on social media. They have a fantastic social media. Anyways,
Where is Woolley Park?
it's in the UK.
Oh, sick.
So these guys are hosting like a major tournament on the weekend. They're having like a big event on Sunday. It's a big pro event.
Ooh.
And on the Thursday leading up to that, they're having a big um be like a member guest or an amateur event with mixed, men and women playing
A
different
pro-am.
handicaps. I don't know. He didn't say it was a pro-am, but it seems like more of just a tournament, like the course is hosting a tournament.
Hmm.
So I guess they had this tournament and a bunch of people were complaining that the greens were too fast, right? Because they're getting ready for a pro tournament on Sunday. So he was asking, what do you guys think about, trying to balance those two types of tournaments on the same weekend sort of thing?
First off, wham wham boo hoo, the greens are too fast. You're playing a nice course before a major tournament. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what my first impression was.
But the question of balance is a good question. I think you either have to have that tournament a couple days before and then just roll the shit out of it after to get it up to tournament speed, which is
Hmm.
super attainable, or have that tournament after. Don't roll, don't mow for like 2 days, then have the tournament.
Just have the tournament. I was wondering if rolling would play a big part. Maybe you don't roll the
100%.
day of that first tournament, and then maybe you double roll up to leading up to the tournament, speed things up again.
Well,
But
rolling will come into play depending on how low they're going to cut it. If they're going to cut it lower for this tournament, which I would assume they would, like TPC Harding Park for the championship was rolling ridiculously fast, and they don't have that at normal play. It was cut at like 0.95,
oof,
which is
tight.
fucking concrete.
Yeah, anything under
And
100 is dangerous.
yeah, especially living conditions. They can only live for that week that
Hmm.
low, and so I don't think they mowed for like 2 or 3, 4 days after. But it was double cut, double roll every day for like 5 days. It was nuts.
Hmm. So I
Um,
wonder if that would play into it because you want to please everybody, right?
no,
Then,
you don't.
well, I mean, you try to. We are in the
Um,
service industry, right?
Question: how much money is that one little tournament with all these whiny people bringing in, or how much money is the big pro tournament bringing in?
Hmm. That definitely has a lot to do with
Yeah,
it.
let's say that scale's pretty tipped to one side there. I'm gonna tip the one side.
Yeah. Although some of those outside tournaments can be pretty expensive,
Yeah,
right?
you do
So those
want you do
companies.
want to please them, blah blah blah. But those people also need to understand what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Like
They
you're
would they
not
would
playing
probably
at a
know,
muni.
right?
You should know. Like you should know.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's easier to putt on faster greens than it is slow greens.
Yeah, I agree.
Obviously, your misses, it's going to fuck you harder. But
But you can get a good true line.
yeah, and like is just figure it out. You don't need to hit it very hard, you know. I prefer a faster green than a slower. Like my greens are slow as shit. They're probably like eights, if that. It's like
Hmm.
putting on pudding. But I don't know. I would say have that tournament 2 days sooner. 2 days before you start tournament prep on those greens.
Right.
Maybe or the day before, whatever. Start it
Yeah.
before tournament prep.
Or you're just gonna have to live with those
You
comments, right? That's gonna happen.
Yeah,
People
and
are gonna be pissed.
those people can fucking chew on it. But I mean, yeah, because it shouldn't take much to get them fast for that tournament.
Hmm. And maybe pin placements too. That Thursday tournament,
Oh
easy pin
yeah, put them in the
placements.
center.
Yeah. Make them wide open.
Everything's white, dead center. Yeah, easier pin placements would help too. That definitely, especially because I'm assuming that tournament is probably a scramble.
Potentially. Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a scramble if it's just a big one like that.
And if you have some high handicappers in there and you got fast greens and tough
And those
pins,
are the ones who would be complaining about fast greens as your high
right?
handicappers. If you've got legitimate players like Spring Creek, the country club that I worked at in the Central Valley, our member, we got those things to like 13s because our
Oof.
members were sticks.
Yeah.
Like,
So they
oh
loved it.
yeah, yeah,
Nice.
and that's what they wanted, you know. And then the members that weren't very good didn't play in that tournament because
Hmm.
they knew the greens were going to be lightning. And yeah, people, you got to understand what you're getting into, you know. And
Yeah.
if you get into it, you can make the comment, "Oh man, the greens were really fast today." Don't go, "Oh man, that sucked. The greens were too fast." No, that means you suck at putting. First off, just get better at putting. Like,
Right.
yeah, you can make the comment all day. Damn, those were fast. Yeah, of course. But did you adjust and start making better putts, or do you just keep fucking hammer it and playing ping pong across these greens like a shitty golfer? Like
Hmm.
it
And
is what it
usually you
is.
know what course you're going to if they're going to have fast greens or not, right? Typically with the reputation and stuff, or if
If
you
you're
played there
paying
before.
3 digits, those greens are probably going to be pretty fast.
That's a good rule.
If you're paying under $50, probably not going to be very fast.
No, no, you're out there for the enjoyment.
Yeah. And those courses, when they have shit greens or slow greens, it's target practice. Don't worry about putting that day. Try and hit the green.
Hmm.
You
Work
know?
on other things.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question though. I actually
Nice.
got a decent amount, although it was like three from one guy, and then some asshole made a comment.
Perfect. I think we got a 5 or 6 on the main page too.
Nice. I completely forgot. Like I said, being out the last 2 days, like it floored me that today's Thursday. I
Hmm. The week
I'm
just
glad that you
blows by.
texted me. Like, are you still on? Because I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I was going to be playing NHL 2K23.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're an Xbox guy or are you a
No,
PS?
I got a PlayStation.
What are we now? PS5 yet?
I still have PS4 because I'm not spending like $700 on a game system.
Hmm. Are
Yeah,
they readily available now? Can you go to the store finally and buy one?
you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah. I know
I
that's been
would.
an issue for a while, but
That's always an issue when the new ones come out,
hmm.
which is why it's dumb to buy one immediately. Just wait until the next one comes out, and then you get it way cheaper and easily.
Yeah, exactly. There will
Or
be
the
another
pawn
one.
shops. That's where I got my PS4 at pawn shop.
Really?
Hmm.
Hmm. You probably get a good deal for it.
Yeah, you do take the risk of it being a piece of shit, but hey,
Yeah. Or it works out.
yeah.
I got one from Matty Rodrigue.
Yes.
Maddie's wondering what's the best kind of power tool, as in backpack blowers and trimmers, that kind of thing.
Well, it depends on the job.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's way too broad of a question.
I think he means brand.
Oh, Milwaukee,
So
hands down.
yeah,
Yeah, when you're going, so California, we're going super forced to be battery
all
powered shit.
electric. Yeah,
Yeah.
which
So
a lot of places are going to start, I'm sure, mandating.
yeah, which is it's asinine, but we won't get into that. Yeah, I really 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 love the Milwaukee tools. I've demoed all of them, and when we had them for demo, they're like, if you break it, you're fine. Don't worry about it. They're like, beat the shit out of it because we get feedback on this. And I was like, perfect. And they're like, yeah, like you're a good test because we haven't really had stuff on golf courses yet. So they're like, use it, and they have all kinds of extensions and different attachments and shit like that.
Nice.
And I sent my crew out on just a hunt to just abuse this equipment,
Hmm.
and it held up incredibly.
Nice. So you'd say
Um,
Milwaukee be your,
yeah, but if I'm going gas powered,
like you've used different brands over the years.
yeah, I've seen them. And I'm talking, when I say Milwaukee, I'm talking strictly battery powered because I don't think they make gas powered stuff.
Hmm.
Gas powered stuff, I like steel products are really good, but Echo
Yeah.
is also fine. I mean,
Echo's got a couple
Echo or
really good
steel, yeah.
blowers. But
Echo is
still,
usually a little cheaper, but the steel stuff lasts longer.
yeah,
I like a steel chainsaw more than an
fuck
Echo
yeah.
chainsaw for sure.
A lot of people go back with Husqvarna or steel chainsaws. I don't know. I've always been a steel
Yeah.
guy. I trust them
Husqvarna is
instantly.
really not a big thing in California or probably even the States when it comes to chainsaws. I don't really see them very often.
Okay. It's a bigger brand up here for sure.
Yeah, I
And
know
I'm sure
Husqvarna dirt
overseas.
bikes.
Oh
So,
yeah. Yeah, they got a lot going on. It's got to be personal preference and maybe what's in your area, what
well,
sells more, what you can get from your distributor, or if
there
you
you
just
go.
go into a store to buy it.
Yeah, and then when it comes to the superintendent level, it's going to fall into what can you afford?
That's the
The
other thing
budget.
too. Yeah, not everybody
So,
can buy what's the steel BR 800 or whatever. That thing's a monster. The backpack blower.
yeah, that'd be my answer. The electric Toro's got a battery powered blower that's it's okay. The battery doesn't last very long. It's one thing is like with the Milwaukee's the M18 battery or whatever. They have a blower that has two of them on there and it's got a little turbo button.
Hmm.
That thing rips. I
Doesn't
mean, I
Toro, sorry for cutting you off. Doesn't Toro have that charging station that you can put in the back of your cart and have like multiple batteries?
That's
And then you go
Milwaukee.
out and you can do all of it. So I think they both have it because I saw it at a Toro show Did
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure Toro's coming out with the stuff too. I think Milwaukee's the one that
That started it.
started it, and then they have
Yeah.
the pack out kits and everything that are just it's so sick. Milwaukee's slaying it. Like
Hmm. When you
when
go to the
we have,
store, like their setup is unbelievable.
yeah, and dude, when I mean, find your local Milwaukee rep, assistant supers out there, and call them. I can't- at least in my area, they'll come out and do a demo, and they'll bring everything,
Really?
dude,
Eh?
and it is yeah,
Nice.
and it is a production. Like it's sick. They got the it's this is all fancy, but they bring out like all their tablecloths and shit, and like they hook it
Hmm.
up, and then you get to use it. I got it for like a week, almost 2 weeks.
Throw those things around.
Oh yeah, and I got one of the backpack sprayers, electric powered, so you don't have to pump nothing. The thing's
Right.
awesome.
Right. That's sick.
Yeah, the edger attachment on the weed eater, like pole, it's great. They have like a really good like stainless steel key that hooks up to it, so when you change the attachments, it's not like flimsy.
Just pops
And
right
they,
out.
yeah, and I forgot how long, but they tested the shit out of it, and like they've made it incredible. The edger was great. That has a pole saw attachment on it. So they have the best tool that they have is this little 8-inch chainsaw that's on just a drill, like a drill
Chainsaw,
handle. Oh
right?
my God,
Yeah.
it's the best thing ever. Like you got a
Yeah.
little limb to trim, psst, butter, done.
Those are so cool. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
just buzz around with that thing all day and just
Oh,
clean
dude,
up the course.
I could send someone out there for a week to trim shit and
Hmm.
they to get the whole course like perfect just with that tool. It's not even a big chainsaw.
Nice. So
And
there you
even
go.
their full size chainsaw, battery powered, I cut down probably an 11-inch wide trunk, like branch,
Wow.
like nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was impressive. It to be fair, it had a brand new chain on it, so that definitely helped.
That's
But like,
nice. Well, if it had the
dude,
power though,
oh yeah, easily didn't bog down nothing.
there you go.
Yeah.
How
All
about
right, so
my
now
my old man's retired now and he texted me the other day. He's like, "So, I bought a chainsaw." I was like, so yeah, I bought a chainsaw, has the same battery as the lawnmower, so I'm good to go. It's just like,
does
holy
he have
smokes.
the what lawnmower?
To be honest with you, I'm not too sure.
Because going on and just keeping on Milwaukee right here, um, their fucking lawnmower, their battery powered lawnmower is bitching too. Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. That's just the charge on them, right? It's the only thing.
No, it's battery. You fucking pop in two fresh batteries in the morning.
It goes all day.
So the longevity, I don't know, I'd say it probably goes up like 5 hours. But when you have
Still
the
pretty
extra
good.
battery packs, oh yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
who's really out there with that push lawnmower more than an hour or two? You know what I mean?
True. You're usually just cutting something specific.
Yeah. Like ours, I only have one for the clubhouse lawn. I don't have one of the electric ones yet because they are like $1,200.
Yeah, no. But at your course, like if you have a gas powered lawnmower, aren't you gonna have to get a electric?
No, so they're not banning 20, it's 25 horsepower and under engines for gas. Diesel's fine. They're not banning those outright. They are banning the sale of new ones.
Oh, okay. So
So those who saw the post, it was a picture. And it was a text between Adam and I. And he sent me a photo of the greatest recommendation ever. And I'll let
mhm.
you go from there to tell me how right I am.
the sausage. So I do want to ask you though, because I had the sausage and egg McMuffin. Do you go just straight sausage
No, I do the
McMuffin?
egg.
You do the egg, yeah. Okay.
Sometimes I'll take a bite and I'm not feeling the egg and I'll throw the egg off.
Right out the
But
window.
well, no. It just reminds me of the burrito and Anchorman.
Yeah.
It's Jack Black. Uh, no, I'd say 9 out of 10 times it's the egg stays on.
Nice.
Yeah,
But
I
with the
actually have.
double
Yeah.
cheese though, like single piece of cheese, there's good coverage, but the double piece, man, he's right. That'll change your life. That is good stuff.
Yes.
That's good
Yeah.
stuff. You can't eat two of them though. That's just a single.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You don't need to.
No, you don't
Two,
need.
two is a heart attack. Two, you might find yourself in the hospital.
So,
Um,
have you ever taken the hash brown and slid it in there with the rest of the fellas?
no, I'm not a hash brown on like I've had like brunch burgers that have the hash brown on it, or like I'm not a
Mhm.
hash brown in my sandwich kind of guy.
Try it next time.
I've tried it. I don't like it.
Can't
It's
do
too
it.
much. It's too much grease in one bite. because
Too
you have
much
the
crunch.
greasy. Yeah, no, it's not the crunch. It's greasy. Those hash browns are greasy as shit, and they're delicious on their own with maybe a little bit of ketchup,
Oh yeah,
maybe. So yeah, you wrote one another one of those sandwiches, and that was the asshole who commented was you. That wasn't really.
that was the asshole.
All right. So Grant Strub says, "Tell Adam to let us know how to spin a bunker efficiently. I would love to know the opinion."
And how to spin it properly.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wouldn't he be asking the bunker raking king this question? Why is it coming to me?
The bunker raking king does not use sand pros because that's not how you properly rake a bunker.
I like that. Unless you have massive fucking waste
Now, no,
bunkers,
see,
right?
this is I'm not against sand pros by any means. Huge fan. Absolutely. When mine ever works again, it's 100% being used. One, because I've got a lot of bunkers, tiny crew, not enough time. On a very high end country club course with a shit ton of staff and everything like that, I
Mm.
fucking hate a sand pro bunker on the daily. Now, once a month or whatever, if you get a lot of rain, fluff them up every now and again, awesome. But there's nothing beats the aesthetic and the playability of a hand rake bunker.
Yep, I agree. I definitely
Um,
agree. But as far as spinning them goes, I feel like, going as far away from your entrance point and spinning those things one way or the other, and then,
yeah, you
getting
just do
out,
the circle.
fix it.
And
Pick
then your next lap is a little tighter inside and then outside, inside, outside, inside, outside the whole way until you get to your exit point and boom.
Where you go.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Typically,
and lift those brushes and those, what do they call those, teeth, paddles?
yeah,
Yeah, lift all that early. I don't want to be dragging that
a
all out on the
smidge
turf.
early. I do it as soon as the front tire gets over the edge, I lift it up
Nice.
because then you got to rake up the little excess, smooth that out.
Hmm.
I like to rake the bunker at like the walls of the bunkers first, so I
Okay,
don't have
so
to
you can
worry
just
about
drag
getting
into
high
them.
on the face or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you stick to the bottom. And then this was actually good. So I'm going to continue to call him Ort Wino because, again, I don't remember how to pronounce it. He sent in a bunch of questions to fill it because I was late, but he did message. It was great. And he said yesterday, he said, listen to the recent ep. And you know what, comma, however you guys want to pronounce my name, I'm cool with it. Honestly, makes my day. Love your guys' work. Hell yeah.
Here he is, Art Wino.
I'm
True.
still calling him Ort Wino because
Our
I think
boy,
that's, yeah.
Orty.
Yep. Friend of the show. Love it. True member or OG member. He's got three questions, and I think they're all pretty darn good. Okay, he goes, I don't know if you guys talked about this or not, but did either of you have a mentor in the industry that helped? He said GI, I think it was probably a typo. Maybe helped you out would probably be, or helped you. Do you have a
Yep,
mentor? Do you have a mentor?
definitely. Yeah, I've been working for the same guy for the last maybe 8 or 9 years now. And although I would say he's taught me a lot about being, a turf grass manager, he's taught me so much about being a man and being a leader and taking care of my family and taking care of my life, and the true mentor, true full-on mentor. And it's the day, and when the day comes that we're no longer going to work together again, that's going to be really tough. But at the same time, he's going to prepare me for whatever's next. So, and I always tell him too, a lot of the stuff that, we talk about on here and we get into at Turf Today would have never happened without him. He really inspired me to get into this and find my own kind of way in this industry. And so we have him to thank for a lot of this stuff. We'll have him on at some point. Don't worry.
That was very heartfelt and touching.
How about you?
I can't say I've had a mentor because I've moved around a lot. I didn't really have one in Los Angeles. Um, The assistant at Spring Creek is someone who would like to have on the show. George, he's been great. We still stay in contact. It's been years since I've worked there. Um, John Ball was the very first superintendent I worked for at Poppy Ridge in Livermore. He's now up in Portland. He was pretty good. We've stayed in touch over the years too. Um, but I just have a lot of guys in the association that I can reach out to. A few vendors, a couple other supers. Kevin over at Aviara has been a huge help to me. Actually, it's a lot of Kevin's.
No way.
Yeah, Kevin Little with Hunter. He's always been great. I had a really good conversation with him today. Yeah. So I mean, I have a lot of them, and I wouldn't say there was one mentor. It's a team, and it's pretty cool. And every now and again, I get calls and asked how to do things now too, which or how I do things, which is pretty neat. So I make a lot of calls instead of receiving them, which is great. So and everyone's been super helpful and honest and on top of it, whether they can help or not, and it's been great. So yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
guess my answer would be no.
Hmm. Well, it sounds like in some way or another, there's been some people that have helped you out.
Oh hell yeah, that's no doubt. No one goes up in this industry on their own.
Hmm.
It's factual. There's not one person who can say they completely did it on their own.
Yeah, and give it
Yeah,
time. You'll be the one getting all those calls one day.
I don't want those calls.
It's that damn kid at that course again. Jesus.
Dude, I swear that's how people look at the phone when I'm calling. They're like, "Oh, son of a bitch, what's broken now?"
Yeah. Well, they know how it is. Everybody's been through it.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's,
no.
that's the
Like I said,
amazing part of
everyone's
this industry. You got people being able to help each other out and support each other no matter how bad it gets.
it is pretty good. Who in the industry would be your all-time favorite guest? I like George Toma, even though he isn't in golf.
He worked
Um,
he worked on every Super Bowl game from 1967.
I think it was like the Sod God or something like that.
The God of Sod.
Yeah, yeah, he had a really fucking cool nickname. Yeah, oh, that would be a killer guest.
The God of Sod. That would be an amazing guest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that'd be
there's
sweet.
there's always good to have a white whale, you know?
Yeah, because we got our first one.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's a couple good ones coming up too down the pipeline. I don't want to give too much away, but we might have a guest going to work at the Open that's coming on. So
Nice.
that is going to be good. I'm really
It-
looking forward to that one because
but hey, someone asked if we were having someone from the East Coast, and boom, here you go. Zach Festa from
did
Naugatuck, Connecticut.
when they asked that question last week, did they say Connecticut? Was that one of the
Yes,
states?
Connecticut
Cool.
was
And the
there.
guy's here next week.
Bam.
Ask and you shall receive. Kind of
Not
like
all
the
the
Muffin
time.
Man.
Don't you only 2 or 3 times a week you're going to receive then.
Yeah. He was over this week. I don't know what he's doing. He probably listening to the show.
I can't wait for him to come out, say that there's 10 guys on your crew, including you. I want him to come out with 9 muffins and him just to drive right by you. Not no eye contact, no look, but just the finger
Yeah.
up and just cruise right
Just a
by.
little empty muffin wrapper, just waving it. No, he actually came and saw me the other day, just for a handshake. Just came and said, "Hey, buddy, how are you? Of course, looking great. See you later."
I'm sure you're like, what? No muffin?
I was looking around. I was like, "Oh, is the tray there? It's been a while."
Hey, your hand's really warm.
Yeah.
That yeast? You smell like banana chocolate chip, bro. Where are you at?
Oh man, guy's a legend. And as always, this interview is brought to you by Target Specialty Products. Did you know that Target does granular fertilizer? Oh yeah. So they have homogeneous apps that are fantastic, some that are great across the board NPK wise, and some that load up on the higher low ends. They also have this true line. Let me tell you about the true line. This is the control release line. They either go from 900 growing degree days all the way up to 2400 growing degree days. So that's some coverage. That'll get you some good green grass with some nice nitrogen. These guys have awesome products, so check them out. Target-specialty.ca. Zach, how you doing, brother?
All right, let me see if I can take my fiance's name. Here it is, rename. I moved down here in February, and the one thing I keep forgetting every time I go home is my actual laptop.
Oh no.
Who needs it?
I use everything through my phone. I'm like never on my actual laptop, so it's like I don't see
Yeah.
the point in it.
No, it's true. The phone is amazing now. You can do everything from there.
It really is. I mean, it's gonna get to the point where just wait. We're gonna be able to take moisture meter stuff through our phone.
You already
We're gonna
can.
be able to do
Oh
like
yeah,
all the
buddy.
lighting there.
Yeah, well, Soil Scout actually has a program just like that.
Really?
Yeah.
I
You
haven't heard
just
about that yet.
Yeah, you
I'll
got to
have to
put
look
the
into it.
sensors under the greens or under your fairways or wherever, your low spots, your dry spots, and they'll send you text messages right to your phone saying, "Hey, you got to go out and water."
Oh
Pretty
wow.
crazy.
Talk about the worst text to get at like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, that'll scare you.
Yeah, I mean, I remember hearing something about that like my second year in. The salesman was like mentioning it to my boss, and I was like, that'd be kind of nice for some of your really, really dry greens.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, are you wearing your club shirt right now? Is that what that is?
I am.
Is that it looks like a snowmobile with a little house?
No, so it's a barn with a little flag on it.
Oh yeah, you see the silo there.
Okay, yeah, now I got it.
So it's actually my favorite hat though, because I don't know how they did this, but they got the Connecticut logo with the American flag on
Nice.
it.
That is
The
sick.
state of Connecticut with the American flag. So
It's pretty cool. Pretty
yeah, it's
cool.
one of my favorites. It was actually it used to be like a big cattle farm or something like that, I believe.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So it's got good soil.
No, it's Connecticut. The rocks are
fair.
called Connecticut diamonds.
Well,
Connecticut diamonds.
I have yet to go to Connecticut, so the only thing I know of it is that Gilmore Girls is based out of Connecticut.
Wow.
Fuck yeah.
That's a big one for you.
My fiance's upstairs. I bet you she's hyped. She watches the Gilmore Girls. So as soon as fall comes, like she's like, "Bam! I gotta rewatch every episode of Gilmore."
That's right. See, you got yourself a good lady.
Girls.
That's awesome. So you are a golf course kid, right? You grew up on a golf course and you have family that's been in the greenkeeping business?
Yeah. So I guess I'll go way back. My whatever great would make me the fourth generation. They don't really teach that anymore, so I couldn't tell you how many greats.
Yeah.
Uncle Pally. He actually was the superintendent down the street from where I moved from at Shore Haven in Westport, Connecticut.
Wow.
And so my grandfather was superintendent at Heritage Village Country Club, which was my first golf course job. And yeah, like I told you, I kind of grew up on the golf course. That, my father was walking beside me on the tractor, but at like 3 years old, I was like aerifying fairways and
Oh my God.
all
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah. So they realized that I like 3 or 4, I could trigger the weight sensor, the safety sensor.
You're finally heavy.
They
now.
didn't need to sit you down on a brick.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They didn't. I'm a big boy a little bit, so yeah. So yeah, my father was like walking next to me. Sometimes he'd like go off, talk to who he needs to. I'll just sit there and hold the wheel straight.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So you were straight
Yeah.
into turf. There was no cart barn or anything like that for you?
No, there was no cart barn. I feel like I took a little bit of a different route compared to most people.
Good. The car barn's where dreams go to die.
Yeah. That's a good skip.
No, many cart kids I've hey, why you got the kids today, they're teaching the camp, and I saw them standing on the back of the cart. I'm like, guys, come on,
Fellas.
it's 3 of you. We really can't take the extra cart. And they're like, well, it's only 3. It's like a short trip. I was like, yeah, but if golfers see you do it, then they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
There
yeah.
it is. The golden rule.
Oh, it's allowed here. We're doing it.
Dude, every time I catch someone off the cart path and I drive up to them, I literally start it with, I know the irony right here, but it's cart path only.
So we have one hole, I believe it's a par 4, but it's like the low end of the course. That's cart path only. There are 4 signs.
It's
Not
not
enough.
enough.
It's
Not enough. No one reads the signs.
GPS in the cart
Oh, yeah.
said cart path only.
Uh-huh.
You know how many people I go to? It's mostly like my age group. I'm not sure how old you guys are, but probably like our age.
75.
mentally, and like my body tells me I'm like 80 when I wake up every morning.
There you go.
But yeah, no. So it's like you walk up to them and I'm like, "Hey, it's cart path only." So, oh, really? I didn't know. I said, "Why don't you look at the screen and to your left?" And they're like, "Oh." And I was like, "Yeah, there's 4 signs that you got to pass when you're coming down
I
to."
got it.
So
I got the idea. The only way to get people through their head is anytime someone comes in, they have to give their phone number. And on every single fucking tee box and every green, they get a text message that says cart path only. And you cannot opt out. You can't opt out of that text message. I guarantee you people will see that shit. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, you really didn't look at your phone? Ooh, oh, that fuse just simmered right before the bomb.
I know you're passionate about your cart path onlys. Yeah, I always thought just have like an alarm go off in your cart.
Yeah, I don't have
Because then
sophisticated enough carts yet.
Well, and there's
I've
some.
played on courses that have the GPS without even having the screens, and they'll beep beep, and then you can only reverse out.
Yeah,
Which
Yeah.
when it
shut
happens
down.
to you, fuck, that's annoying because the reverse is so slow.
Yeah,
But it's such an
you
ultimate punishment
deserve
for
it
being a
though.
dick. Oh, you
Like,
100% deserve it.
yeah, they were so
Actually,
smart by them.
I
Yeah.
love that GPS thing. My previous course last year, Wittenberry Hills. It's a Troon course, so they have like we're
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
Shroon's got the money.
upscale. Yeah, we're upscaling the technology. I never saw that, so I go in there. I was like, hey, I go into the pro shop. I was like, hey, like we had an irrigation problem on 5, like 4 heads didn't go off. Like I want a cart path only for just the first half of the day. He's like, how many heads? I was like, oh, like 3 or 4 near the green. He's like, oh, I can just drop the zone down so everybody just stops. I was like, you can do that?
Yeah, those carts are so sick. Like it's nuts. They're insane. But now you have people going on and showing people how to put it into martial mode and drive
Yeah.
wherever they want, be an
Yes.
asshole. But they don't realize that all of those are geotagged and they show up in the pro shop. And when you get caught, you get banned. So don't be a dick and put it into martial mode.
Yeah, watch
They'll
out for the
find you.
martial mode.
It changes color on the screen, and they know how many marshals are out there because there's typically only 1, maybe 2.
Hmm.
And if there's a marshal just slowly going on the course for 4 hours, they're gonna figure out that you're actually playing and not marshaling.
Yeah, they are. This Sterling Farms is the first course I've actually had marshals.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's definitely something a little bit different than getting used to. Where it's like you don't always have to yell because you can see them coming up the cart path, and you're like, oh, I don't have my I don't have to do anything right now.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. He can handle that.
exactly.
You lucky
So-
bastard.
Sterling Farms, you're now the assistant superintendent. Tell us about the route kind of getting there.
So I guess I can go. I guess I'll go with my first job. So obviously, my father was an assistant superintendent. The years in turf, he built a golf course, the player course at Lyman Orchards. And so
Wow.
my first job was actually for him, working grounds at a church. When I tell you we had golf course standards on a church grounds, we
Wow.
really had golf course standards. We're putting striping kits on mowers. We're burning in lines. We're Friday. It was mow, clean up, edge the sidewalks, the whole nines.
It's a dope ass church.
Yeah.
Yeah, we and then my father, I love my father. He's a little bit of an egomaniac sometimes. He's gonna hear this, Dad, I love you, but he can be a little egomaniac sometimes. With the story, underneath the tree, we're digging irrigation. Some said you can't grow grass under a tree, and it turned out to be one of the thickest patches of grass we had on the property.
No way.
So started
Nice.
there, and then the work kind of turned into maintenance mode for my father. So he called one of the guys he hired when he was at, I believe, Lyman's. When he was at Lyman's, he hired a guy who turned out to be a superintendent at Heritage Village, and he called him, let him know I was looking for a job, and Brett hired me. So
Nice.
then I started right there on the golf course. So I was there as a seasonal guy while I was going to college and everything else. Did a couple of years, and then took a small break, took a 1.5 year hiatus, and realized I hated working inside because I worked at a bank in the facilities department.
Hmm.
And I was like, I need to get back to it. So a buddy of mine who still worked at Heritage, he said, hey, the management company I just bought, Heritage, bought another course in like a half hour away. My dad happened to know who the superintendent was, Dennis Petrozelli. And he said, Dennis is a great guy. Everybody, super nice guy. You'll love working for him. So I went to Oronoke Country Club for a short time because he just got me a better opportunity working at Wittenberry in Shroon and everything. So I was there for about a month and a half. I was running the show for 2 weeks after he actually went to Wittenberry. So,
Nice. So it worked out well for you.
Oh yeah, welcome back. Trial by fire, but to the 9th degree, and so yeah, I went to Wittenberry, and then I got engaged this past October, and decided I wanted
Congrats,
to move in.
dude.
Yeah.
Thank you. Decided I wanted to move in with my fiance, and so I was just looking for.
It's a very good idea.
I wasn't like hell bent on it, but we're at Wittenberry. It was like an 1.5 hour commute from here, so I was like, all right,
Woof.
doesn't
That's tough.
happen this year, doesn't happen this year. So, but thankfully, Mike Golden, when I met with him, great guy, and I was able to get an offer down here.
Right on.
Sweet. I just
Yep.
found your gram. You are the assistant superintendent.
Yeah,
Underscores in between. I say the because it just kind of, I don't know why it gives off Ohio State vibes.
yeah.
Um,
Even though I'm an Alabama fan, I'm not even an Ohio State fan. So
I absolutely hate Ohio State. So
okay,
it was just funny. Well, maybe not. But a really cool post you did, speaking of your dad, and it was a post of, it looks like a really, really old valve. You said
yeah,
it's always cool to work on something the family did. Here, my dad installed an irrigation system, left some tape behind. Let the next guy know something important. His clothes text to him a little things to let him know. Like that was really, really cool to see.
yeah,
So like that's a really good page. Go follow him. Obviously, we usually do this at the end, but I was curious to see what you were working with, and that was a good find.
So
yeah.
are
No,
you kind of saying he left you a message?
Look at the page. There's a literal like piece of paper.
no,
It wasn't necessarily for him. It was like an actual note on the valve.
Whoever's next. Yeah. That
no.
ended up being you.
So my dad is a big. He doesn't want to see anything happen to the next guy. So he would like leave, like even when we did like we installed a pool at my house and we ran wires underground. He put like, I forget what we put on top of it. We put like rocks on top of the wire so that way you didn't nick the wire as you're digging.
Right.
So
Always smart and always planning.
yeah, so always it clicked in the back of my head as I'm digging this valve up. I'm trying to get to the bottom because we're having the guys come in to fix it. And I was like, I'm hitting some tape here. I got to be close. Probably like 3 or 4 shovelfuls later, there it is. I was like, oh, thanks, old man.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's way more special that it was your dad and not some dude.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I ran into that when I was at Heritage too. Like certain stuff, like my grandfather, like left behind like a really like distressed tea towel. I sent a picture to my dad. I was like, "Is this right for when Grandpa was here?" He's like, "Absolutely, it was." So that was kind of a cool find too when I was at Heritage.
That's
So it's
epic.
in the family.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's in the blood.
It's in the blood. Yeah.
absolutely, it is.
So you were saying you went to school earlier. Was that more for finance to get into banking?
No, actually, I went for criminal justice and political science,
Nice.
and I I don't regret going. It's just life took me in a different direction,
Oh
and
yeah. It's so hard to try and figure that out at that age. Like
yeah.
there's
So
so
I mean,
many people that change.
if I could have did it over again and talked to my when you make that decision, like 17, 16, 17,
Yeah,
I
young.
would have sat myself down and been like, hey, you should go to like apply to UMass or UConn or Rutgers or I think Maryland's got a good program too that's coming up.
Yeah,
And so,
Maryland's got a really good one. They're usually at the GCSA shows.
yeah, so it's like I would have sat him down and just been like, hey, do this despite everybody in your family's ill wishes of you not having to do this for the rest of your life.
It's not so bad when you get on top.
Yeah.
No, it's getting there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, you gotta earn it.
There's aspirations to go to school?
Yeah, so I'm with bills and everything. I haven't enrolled yet, but the University of Georgia has a certificate program.
Yes,
Look at you
sir.
guys.
Yeah, go dogs, baby.
I can't say that.
Yeah, you can't
That's
say
why I
that.
said it. You will say it when you get that little certificate, that big old G on there.
Yeah, so my boss told me it's a requirement, and once I get it, I do have to bark at least once a day at people.
Oh,
Yes.
So yeah, in a couple weeks, once the
I'll
bills get
start calling
started.
you Ugga.
Yeah, I do have a little bulldog look, so I mean, I can pull it off.
Hell yeah. No, it's a really good program. You get to take it at your own pace, super informative. I did it and you chip away at it when you can. It's awesome. It's to me, it's the best quick program there is.
Yeah, I
Hands
mean,
down.
I was like absolutely floored at the price for
Yeah, I think
starters.
it's like $350 if you're not a GCSA member, and it's even cheaper if you
are
are.
you serious?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
super
it's like
cheap.
$400 now.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, it's like
that's great.
400 without a GCSA membership. I think
I
if
actually
you yeah.
I actually called them and confirmed. I was like, "Is this per hour or is
Yeah,
this for the whole course?"
Yep, it's the
I
whole
was
course.
very like surprised.
Yeah,
that's
super,
great.
super affordable, and highly recommend. It's all sponsored too. Like it's supported by the GCSA and several other companies and programs. And it's if you just want a little boost, a little resume kick, anyone else out there, the program at Georgia it's no joke. It's awesome. And it'll really help.
Awesome. I can't wait now.
Hell yeah.
How long is that program, Trev?
You have a year to complete it. So it's really not that long. It really depends on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you want to knock it out in 2 weeks and you have the time and the mental capability of sitting in front of a computer that long, you could probably do it. You know,
Shout out to Happy Winter.
Right. Yeah.
I'd be spreading that out.
Oh yeah, I fucking took the last day. But
Trev, it's all due tomorrow. Fuck, I haven't started yet.
Yeah, shit. But yeah, it's you have a year to complete it, so it's really on you, and it's
awesome.
Yeah, and if you don't do it, you just they're like, all right, see you, whatever.
See you later. I'll get $300 or $400.
Yeah, right. Thanks for the donation.
So you guys have a lot of fun on your course? You guys get into some trouble?
We do a little bit. We have a little bit of fun, but I'd say probably like previously at Heritage, like Sterling's a public golf course. They average about 50,000 rounds a year.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
smokes!
So
watch your back, Finland.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to get into shenanigans when you turn around. There's like 4 people ready to just hit.
There's people everywhere
behind, and so I'd say like when I was at Heritage, we got into more shenanigans.
Would you say it was like working here's like Caddyshack?
So that's like probably my favorite story of all time because it just shows golfers like just don't get it.
Right.
So I'm on the practice
Amen.
This is probably my 2nd or 3rd year. I'm on the practice green. I'm cutting cups. And guy walks over to me. Hey, I have a question. I was like, oh, great. He's probably going to ask, like, how do you figure out your pattern or something like that? I'm expecting something like somewhat intellectual. It's a country club that you're playing a tournament at. Maybe have a half a thought. Guy straight up told me, or straight up asked me, is working here like Caddyshack? To which
you should have said, do you do drugs, Danny?
Yeah.
Well, even better. It was September. It was 90 degrees out. Not in the mood.
Oh.
I looked at him dead in the face. I said, yeah, if you stick around at 5, we blow up the golf course and rebuild it overnight.
Yes. Well played.
Oh, that's so good.
The look on his face, not the answer he was expecting.
Good.
It's like, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
He was already drunk.
Yeah, I'm not happy.
Yeah. Don't ask me stupid questions. Go play your golf and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Literally.
Is this like Caddyshack? Oh, fuck yourself.
Like, well, first off, which character are you referring to? Because there's only one of us in that movie.
That is true.
Yeah.
So
the rest are caddies.
Yeah,
hence the name.
Yeah, hence. Even though we just did a Carl Spangler spinoff. I need it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I need that.
I was just gonna say there hasn't been another like Greenkeeper movie or one where it's been featured or prevalent in the movie. So
because you can't beat Caddyshack.
Yeah, no. Carl's the man for sure.
Looking down the head. I mean, I could sit there and do that all day and be like, "You're like the Viet Cong." Damn it. I used to do that at my first course Heritage. We used to have a mole problem. I didn't call him a mole.
No.
I call him the gopher.
The gopher.
The little brown thing.
I made out of clay. My wife had some clay, and I made a little squirrel one day and just put a fuse in it. We had a problem, and I put it on my super's desk. It was like, problem solved.
So the actual gopher at the end of the movie, you can buy like the stuffed animal that actually moves.
Yeah, it's just like the singing, like the Billy Bass thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, you can hit the button. Yeah. It's like, all right.
Yeah, fucking right. Oh, yeah. So we have one at our shop. That doesn't work anymore. It's fucking old, but yeah, when that thing used to go, it was hilarious.
How dusty is that thing?
It's actually on the top shelf in my office by the air conditioner, so I think it stays relatively clean.
In Sandlot, when the vacuum explodes and the kid comes out and shakes his hair, that's exactly how I imagine that gopher being.
Oh, fuck.
Now, you know what it is? The back of the Gopher is probably like perfectly pristine, but because the air
Oh,
conditioner is blowing on it,
Yeah.
everything's on the front end of it with all the dust hanging out.
it's like a dog sticking his head out of the window backwards.
Yeah. Oh,
Basically.
damn it. I gotta get that thing going again. It's probably just needs
Oh, man.
batteries.
Yeah,
Well,
if they're-
it probably wouldn't have been dirty in the summer of 2018 on one of your courses there. You had some rain in the summer?
Oh, did we have rain? So it's funny. So that the before I want to say August, maybe July. I went out to Michigan for a wedding. As I'm driving out Pennsylvania, downpour, couldn't see anything. So I sent a Snapchat to my buddy. I said, "Hey, hopefully some of this ends up your way." Oh boy, did it end up our way. I think it rained every like Tuesday, Thursday for like a month straight. And it wasn't just like a half inch here, the quarter of an inch. No, we're talking like multiple inches.
Yeah.
My course would be literally underwater with that
Oh,
much rain.
so it basically was. The back nine was unplayable. We had to skip because so Heritage was on wetlands. So from 12 to 15 was unplayable.
Wow.
So that was like you had to skip 12 through 15, just drive by. We were having algae on our greens.
Oh no.
We're puddles were sitting for weeks on end. We were like, what can we do? But it was like it was one of those things where, like I just said, what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot.
So it was like the most
Mother nature.
stressful, but the most fun we've ever had. Like we're trying to get out fairway sprays. My buddy's calling me, "Hey, what hole are you on?" I was like, "I think I'm on 15." He goes, "Can you come back to 14 and get me out? I got the sprayer stuck."
Oh.
Oh man.
That was like at least a weekly occurrence. Just somebody getting stuck. Like we got really good at getting equipment unstuck. We got really good that year because something was stuck almost every day.
Toe straps on every cart.
Yeah. Everything's ready.
Just the chain, and my boss had a company truck. Those are like a little Colorado, so it can go through the cart paths.
Nice.
You're just whoever was there, hop in the Colorado, go out, chain it up, pull it out.
Jeez.
You go back out with the tamper and tamp it all down.
Yeah.
Hope it happens in the same spot.
I gotta say, Connecticut, you guys have a very weird way of saying very fun because that sounds fucking miserable to me.
What'd you do today? Search and rescue.
We just laughed the whole time because it's like that's all you could
at some point. Yeah, you have to. It's just like you can't like what the hell can you do? Like
exactly like we're cutting cups and we're hand digging 90% of it. We're pulling out a plug that big and we got to hand dig the rest of the cup if we're cutting cups on some of these greens.
Yikes, dude!
It was one time. So one of the wet holes, number 12, I pulled out the plug and I saw water rising from the ground.
Shit.
That's how high it was.
What, you guys can't afford the couple $1 million system that Augusta has to suck all the water out? Jeez,
Yeah,
dude.
come on.
God. What can I say?
I like to get paid.
I mean, yeah,
Oh,
no,
man.
it really was. Like we had an absolute blast that year. There's everything that went wrong. You know, the roller broke in the middle of our member guest. Thank God we had an old
Smithco.
No, that was our Smithco originally was the roller. We had the triplex rollers, but they're like rusty on the roller because they just
Oh yeah. Yep,
So
I got a
was
set
it
of those. The ones that have like the extra 25-pound bar.
Yes.
Yep, got those in my shop right now.
So yeah, we slapped those rollers on and just happens. What else can go wrong today?
Yeah. No, that's all you can do, right? Something happens, you just got to pivot and figure it out.
Exactly. Like
Figure out what's next.
Like you can only get mad at yourself for so long.
Yeah. Have you ever had anything really bad go down? Like any big breaks or big oil leaks or anything like that?
I had a hydraulic hose blow up on me last year.
On the green?
No. Thankfully, I was cutting tees. We had to switch something up, so I was cutting tees.
Okay.
Did
you catch it right away?
Yeah, it was the front hydraulic hose.
Okay, so right in front
It
of you.
blew up in my face.
That sounds
So
scary, dude.
Wittenberry's a Pete Dye design.
Okay.
So a lot of his tees were up and just dropped. So you had a little bit of hill to work with. So I was going up the hill, all of a sudden, I'm like, what is that? But we had the Turf Guardian on the back. So all of a sudden the siren hit and I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Thankfully, I was coming up and it didn't really get much on the tee. So I just rolled back down onto the cart path and I called our mechanic Rodney. I was like, hey, Rod, you hope you have a hydraulic hose.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Oh man.
at Oronoke, we had a guy mow with a hydraulic leak for like 5 holes and didn't realize he had a hydraulic.
Oh no.
Thankfully, it was just an approach and it was more of a drip leak
Yeah.
as opposed to like a full blown like disaster.
Yeah. Because the drips sometimes you can't see, right? Unless you really see that
Yeah.
greasy kind of pattern, it's tough.
Yeah, and it was such like a small line, but you're looking at it, you're like, oh my God. Like I'm cutting fairways behind by myself because we're super thin, like 3 guys thin.
Wow.
So I'm cutting fairways. I'm like 3 holes behind. I pull up, I'm like, oh my God, what is this? Why am I seeing random streaks? Because it was like the first hole is like cleanup cut, like half a pass. I'm like, oh, is this like a disease? Like it's early in the year, like maybe something just like is still like not growing in or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the next hole and I was like, oh God,
It's there.
It's there.
Yeah.
And then it was the next, as I'm going to find him now, it's like, oh great, it's the next one. And the next one, and the next one.
Yeah. Oh,
Jesus.
So how do you deal with something like that? Like, because obviously it's not the operator's fault. You want them to see it. Like if you're able to see it, hopefully they're able to see it.
Yeah.
How were you able to deal with that one?
So the guy was a little temperamental. And so I said, you don't believe me? I told him to get in my cart. I grabbed my cart to move a little quicker. And I brought him out. I said, so what's this? Oh, that was there. I was like, it's not there. I went out this morning.
Mm-hmm. This is fresh.
Yeah, this is new. So he finished up. I mean, he actually long term he didn't pan out. We actually had to cut him loose for other reasons. But yeah, actually that wasn't a reason at all that we had to cut him loose. It was just one of those things where he just didn't work out. So
okay. What about golf? Do you guys get to play?
I play one tournament a year now.
One tournament a year.
I try to do 1 to 2 rounds a year. I didn't get to play at Wittenberry just because my hours I was getting in. It was a decent situation. I kind of set my own hours as an assistant, which was kind of weird. If I was spraying, I would come out at like 3:00 in the morning, 3:30. So I would start banging out fairways. I would get 13 fairways done,
mm-hmm.
go home, or come back the next morning, finish them up.
Yeah, exactly. And you just like after that long of a day on the course, you don't want to go out and play golf.
And that's why I tell everybody, like, people don't get it. It's like even now, like my hours, I'm working at 5:00 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Is when we're starting. And it's like, so hypothetically, let's say it's a hot day. I start at 5. I'm working until 5. The last thing I want to do is try and squeeze out 9 with a 5:30 tee time.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that turns into a long day.
Exactly. So it's I play a charity tournament for high school football team.
Okay, nice.
Up in Troy, New York.
So that's with all the old boys.
Yeah, no, yes and no. So it's one of my buddies. He's from there, from one of my buddies from college. He's from up there.
Okay.
So last year he was like, "Hey, you want to come through and play?" I was like, "Yeah, I can get the time off. I haven't played golf in a year and a half.
Yeah,
be nice to
dust off the sticks."
Yeah, let's see. And it was probably the greatest turnaround ever because I wasn't expecting to put a score up. So I was from the start I was hitting the birdie juice a little bit. Was not producing birdies. I was producing snowmans, and and so at the turn they gave everybody a free burger and dog. So I had a burger dog on 10, pinned my drive right down the middle of the fairway.
Nice.
My buddy's like, "Where was that the first 9 holes?" I was like, "I don't know."
He doesn't know that the first 9 is the warm-up 9.
Well, exactly. The first
Come
night was the
on.
warm-up 9. I used my free drink tokens because they gave you like 3 free drink tokens. So I used the free drinks and
Okay, well, that was a rookie move to start with 3.
exactly. So yeah, so the back 9 was my time to shine.
There you go.
Someone's always going to fall off. Someone's always got to flip it around.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. What is your birdie juice of choice, or I guess your bogey juice is? It seemed to be more like.
So I would probably now it's I had one of those transfusions. I do enjoy those.
Ooh, yeah,
Do enjoy a
transfusion
good
is solid.
transfusion.
What is a transfusion?
You have a magic rectangle in your hand and can Google it, sir.
Oh, fuck yes.
I recommend it, but I believe it's vodka, soda, and grape juice.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
I've always had them like pre-made, like in like a pre-made can.
Yeah, so
I don't think I've ever actually ordered one from the bar and seen how they do it, but I'm with you. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
yeah, so some of them come with ginger beer. The ones that do, I'm not the
Mhm.
biggest fan. I don't like ginger beer.
Nah,
The ones that don't, well, even the ones that do are pretty good, but the ones that don't look out, that's water.
oh
Mm.
yeah, transfusions will absolutely ruin your morning.
Yeah.
No, they won't ruin your morning because you're gonna feel great. It's the afternoon that's gonna ruin.
Shit.
'Cause
Kinda
you don't
sounds
really-
like kinda sounds like a
you're
screwdriver.
you're still young. Hangovers are real.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, so I'm well aware. So member guests, they used to leave the kegs out on the course.
Oh no.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously,
Oh yeah, coolers of beer. We had the beer trailer stayed in our maintenance yard just to be
that's
safe
great.
because it was locked up.
Just to
And,
be safe.
Guess who knows how to hook up kegs and CO2 and run those things? This guy.
So they'd leave
Oh,
the
dude.
So our
Oh,
night
yeah.
our
Yep.
night mode was I was moving tee markers and my buddy was cutting cups. We
Mhm.
accomplished a lot, but we always had to go check the tee markers on 7 at the end of the day because I don't think I set them up right at the right distance.
Yeah,
so
always got to check the beer hole.
So one night we hit it hard. We came in the next morning. We looked at each other like, dude, we can't do it anymore.
Mhm.
You gotta stop going back to those kegs.
How crooked were those markers?
The markers were on because I only had like probably a cup or two as I was doing setup.
It was just that the flag was stuffed into the cup and the ferrule was up.
Well, the flag's like this.
Yeah.
Tee markers are pointing towards the keg, and
That's where we were shooting.
Yeah.
exactly. If anything, the golfer should thank me.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, we came in that next morning. It was the Sunday morning, and we were just like, dude, we can't. We're done. We're old.
Yeah. Can't do this anymore.
It's the worst when you hit that when that first, second, fourth, 12th time that you realize that, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah. Oh, to be 22 again.
Zach, I was gonna ask you, we usually ask people to nominate somebody to come on the show.
I love Voice Talk Dave. Voice Talk Dave is from the same area as me. He's from Massachusetts. So
He's a New England boy.
we get like similar weather. This man, I thought it was just me. Didn't realize it was a thing.
You do not have an East Coast accent, my friend.
No,
You don't.
Connecticut, we're messed up. We don't have what all these other like New England people have. We exist.
Yeah, you're just Connecticut.
We're just here. Like historically, we're important. After
Yeah, you guys have crab cakes and Chris Webby. That's what I know right there.
Yeah, basically. and no, well, I mean, Colt firearms were made here for a little bit. That was kind of
Oh,
important.
there you go.
All right, yeah, that's a good one.
Hang your hat on that.
That's
I
pretty
said
much.
yeah.
Oh, and the Constitution. We have the Constitution.
That's
It
pretty
was
big.
signed in Philadelphia, though.
No, we're a Constitution state, so I think we're a little more important. There's something about like every town in Connecticut has an oak tree because the Constitution, the lights went out and one of the founding fathers hidden in an oak tree while they're drawing it up, and so that's why everybody has an oak tree. Every town has one oak tree. The Constitution, that's what they call it. I believe I haven't heard that story since I was in like elementary school. So if you're gonna quote me on that, if you're listening, don't quote me.
Connecticut, reaching for straws.
Basically. Basically. But yeah, no. So Voice Talk Dave, he was sending me like so many voice talk messages on Instagram. I was like,
we need a petition now. He needs to change his Instagram name to Voice Talk Dave.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I will be the first signature. But yeah, I was like, I thought this was just me. And I didn't mind. I was like, I love the energy. I love
him.
Like,
so good.
Better than typing out, like, if you think about it, what he's saying is like a paragraph every message.
He'll send you one while he's on the can. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's the best.
I wouldn't like doubt it. But yeah, no. So I thought it was just me. And then when I started listening to you guys, I think it was like episode 2, you guys started talking about Voice Talk Dave. And I was like, oh, so this is the thing. Like, this isn't just like, he's not like doing it with like a couple people. It's everything. Dave, I love you, man. I love the energy. Keep it. Keep doing
so
it.
Good.
He's unbelievable.
I'm pretty sure he's on a gnome hunt right now in Georgia.
I may, if you don't get one by next Masters, I may have a connection to get you one.
There you go, Trev.
Leads. So the play is to not say that I have one until the next Masters, and then I get 2. Shit, I gave it away though.
Nope, you know, yeah.
Well, now you gave away.
Cut it out of the show. He won't remember. Cut it out.
He won't remember. Yeah, get it out.
So,
2 or 3 times a week. No one will know.
When it comes around, message me, and if the people I know that have gone the past few years go, I'll be sure to get you one.
I'll throw in an extra 20 on top of the purchase price for a gnome retrieving fee.
The old finder's fee.
You want me to take can I take a Voice Talk Dave style video of it first before I send it to you? Because that video was elite.
Absolutely.
Dave, another one. Like, Dave, you're a man of the gems.
Okay, so you've been to New Haven. I love Dave Portnoy and the pizza reviews. Is New Haven pizza really as fucking good as he makes it sound?
Yes.
All right. Perfect.
Yes, you got if you come up this way, you gotta try New Haven pizza.
Oh hell yeah! I fucking love it.
I've had many of battles in college over New York versus Connecticut pizza, and I was like, Connecticut pizza's better. New York, you just have like a million pizza places, so that's why you kind of get the title.
Interesting.
But Connecticut has the better pizza.
To Portnoy, New Haven is literally the best. So, he's a pretty big name in pizza. So
he's a
little overrated with some of his when he did his Connecticut tour. I wasn't a fan of some of his scores.
Yeah, that's fair.
So when he actually came to my town, and Naugatuck, went to the worst pizza place in town.
Oh, Dave.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, Dave, who told you this is a good pizza place?
What did he score it?
He scored it pretty good. I think he scored like a 7.5 or something.
Yeah, that's low on his scale, though, especially in New Haven or the Connecticut area.
I'm not comparing to New Haven. I'm just saying in general as a pizza.
Yeah,
I mean, it's high for what I would get it. It was. I'm like, Dave, like, come on, like, there's better pizza places. Like, do your homework.
Yeah, Dave, you only have a few million followers and are known as the pizza review guy. Do your fucking homework.
Exactly. Do your homework. Don't pick like the worst pizza joint in town that closed a year and a half after you did that review and is now being turned into
a Popeyes.
Yeah, they knocked it down, turned it into a Popeyes.
Well, you guys might have upgraded then, dude. Oh,
so we have probably because my town has like
Long John Silver's.
We have a plethora of like liquor stores, pizza joints, and Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts sucks.
Yeah, it runs on it.
It's hard to describe.
No one runs it. The only place you're running on Dunkin' Donuts is to go take a shit. Dunkin' Donuts sucks.
Which one of you guys had
the food is not bad. Food's not bad.
Who had the breakfast sandwich?
Breakfast sandwich fucks. But their coffee sucks.
Who went to McDonald's for the breakfast though?
That was me.
How you feeling?
Oh, that was a tough one after that, man.
Changes your life, dude. Telling you, double cheese on your egg McMuff.
Oh, so good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I've been trying to stay away. So since I got the Sterling, so I started in February. I've lost 30 pounds.
Nice, that a boy.
Hell yeah.
I'm like trying to stay away from like the bad food because I was like $3, and I always told everybody once I hit like close enough to $3, I'll start taking my like health seriously.
Nice.
So
Dude,
one
if
day,
I was you and had that goal, I'd have just hovered at like 295.
well, I was close. But I was like, I was like, oh, I definitely put on a couple pounds. The winter at Wittenberry was like kind of slow. We're doing like a
Dude,
lot
that
of like
sounds like a book about a bear. The winter at Wittenberry.
that does definitely sound like something that like or like a Steven Spielberg movie.
Oh, so good. It's a
But
romantic comedy about bears.
write it.
I'm delusional at this point. Keep going.
That winter was slow, so I got up to like 299. I was like, okay.
Every day you step on that scale, you're like, fuck yeah, dude, another burger.
It was like 299.8. And I was like, okay, that's close enough.
Nice.
0.2 counts.
The-
Let me take a shit. I'll be back down to 297.
We're still going.
And this man's got some pretty serious style right now because, I mean, I know the people can't see him, but that is a pretty mean mullet, bro.
Yeah, no. So it's been going
Look
for
at that thing.
it's been going for a while. So I usually what I was doing was I was cutting my hair at the beginning of the season, grow it out, cut it for a mullet for the fall and winter.
So
And
you
then
have mullet season in Connecticut.
I personally have a mullet season.
Damn it. I was
Nice.
really hoping it was the whole state. Fuck, that would have been good.
It's a personal thing. But then I don't know, I just kept liking it. And I just
How
kept
does the
going with it.
fiance think about mullet season?
She was really into it at first. I think she wants to take scissors to my head immediately.
Oh, she wants to be all business now. She doesn't want to party anymore.
Done with the party. But I'm keeping it now because my buddy's getting married in February, and I'm the flower man.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
you gotta grow
Can
that
you-
thing out.
Please get the two.
Oh,
Two
I'm getting
slits.
2 lines in the head. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little speed
lines.
lines.
I'm gonna have my my heat wave glasses on. I got those.
Oh, man, you're going to go full bro.
I'm going for it.
Oh.
I'm sending it.
I'm sending it.
Are you wearing a fanny pack also?
Yeah, they want me to wear a fanny pack, so I have this sweet. This is gonna sound like
America. Fuck
This
yeah.
doesn't
You
not
guys
sound
get it.
accurate at all, but I have this sweet Dale Earnhardt club member fanny pack. And not junior, we're talking senior from like 90.
Oh, wow. Like a
That's
ridge
what
So,
I'm
all right, hold on.
jacket.
You're from Connecticut.
Yeah.
Everything you're describing right now is so fucking backwoods Alabama. I love it.
So it's just my vibe. I don't
Oh,
really
so
feel like,
good.
oh, you identify as this. I'm like, dude, I'm just me. I'm here to have a good time.
Fuck
And-
yeah. Are you going to
Yeah.
shotgun a beer after you drop all the flowers?
No, so in a perfect world, I'm gonna take like a Gatorade jug filled with
Mhm.
petals and like Gatorade dump my friend with
Fuck,
flowers.
That's a good one.
That is really
That's a good one.
That's like the end goal. The future wife's not kind of feeling it. I don't know.
Okay, so then in your fanny pack, you get 2 Coors Lights. You shake them up pretty good. You get them a little crack, and you Stone Cold Steve Austin that bitch right in
Coors
front of her
Light-
too. And
Coors Light properly, just because that's what Stone Cold did it with. But I'm a
Yeah.
Busch Light guy, so I'd probably do Busch Light.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
It's
long
all
as you crush them.
yeah. No, I was a big Stone Cold guy in college. I used to do that at least
Hell
once.
yeah.
Nice.
At least once a week. Oh shit.
That's
Well,
awesome.
we'll let you go practice your Stone Cold now. Have a beer.
See, I got it down. You see that?
That was vicious. It's too fast. I can't even fucking tell.
Well, exactly. That's how you got to get it. So like
Bow.
my buddy's big thing was he's a bit of a I'm trying to think of like the best word.
Sounded like you wanted to say douche.
No, he was bro before bro was like a thing.
He's
So he
pre-bro. He's
So he like-
he's
Then
PB.
He like the detonate years. You guys know what that is?
Oh boy, maybe it could do done or a different name.
And you bash it on your head so it opens and then you chug it.
Oh god, that dude's
Wow.
a fucking corn-fed white boy, isn't he?
What
Nah, he's
it
not-
just
he's from
opens
Rhode
like on
Island.
It opens on the side of the can, or like it cracks
No,
the seal.
It
So what-
splits your forehead open and you drink your blood like a
Right.
vampire.
Okay.
you hope you hit it right and it comes out at the top.
The
Interesting.
fact that you hope you hit it right.
Takes a couple
It's
smacks.
So good.
Oh, I watched him for 5 minutes try and get one open one time, and it was the funniest thing I ever watched.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
He was like jumping into it at the end. He was like jumping to get extra momentum.
Like Paul Mooney says, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
No, this guy was stone cold sober.
Wow.
I wish he had that excuse.
Wow.
That's wild.
My fucking head hurts.
All right, buddy. Well, we've been going for a while. We really appreciate
Yeah.
you coming on. This is gonna be a great interview. So
This is a fun one. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
this will work
I
out really well
appreciate
for
you
us.
guys having me on. I mean, I'm anytime you need somebody, give me a shout. I'm down to be a reoccurring guest.
All right, man. Sounds
There
good.
we go.
We'll do
Remix.
lots of people. So yeah, at some point we'll have to get some people back on.
Yeah, it sounds good, man. I enjoy listening to what you guys are doing. I appreciate what you guys are doing, creating like this really a community for such a niche group of people. Like we all got, people have this thing where it's like they like to talk bad about other courses, this, that, and the other thing. But it's like at the end of the day, we got to stick together because there's not many of us.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Right.
So I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I appreciate everybody that's going to listen to this. And to everybody along my personal journey in this business, I want to say thank you. There's too many to name. So thank you to everybody, and like I said, thank you guys for everything you've been doing for the turf people.
Absolutely, buddy. That's why we're here.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
We'll take
Enjoy
care.
the rest of your night, bud. We'll hear from you soon. It's gonna be a fun one to come out on Tuesday.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to listen to myself again. I'm gonna be like, why am I hearing myself? It's gonna be a little weird. I've never listened to myself before.
Wait until you laugh at something that you say. Let's see.
Listen, you ask my boss, I do that every day. I'm the self-appointed director of morale.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
That's good.
Love it.
I'm using that.
So,
Oh,
All right, buddy. Well, enjoy your
all right,
weekend.
guys. You too. I appreciate it. Take it easy and keep it green side up.
ooh,
We'll do.
it's a new one. I like it.
Yeah, well, use it.
I got mine. Cheers, buddy.
Later.
G'day turf enthusiasts, exciting news from True Turf. Our sports turf roller, the SR72, just aced its test by AGCSA Tech, the agronomy division of the Australian Sports Turf Managers Association. The results? Simply astounding. True Turf's rollers roll on the hallowed greens of St Andrews, Pebble Beach and Augusta, the finest golf courses worldwide. Endorsed by the PGA Tour, our rollers deliver unmatched performance. Don't settle for ordinary. Join the turf professionals who rely on True Turf's expertise, precision and game-changing rollers. True Turf, where design, innovation and Aussie ingenuity unite for the ultimate turf care experience. The Turf Today podcast is proudly sponsored by True Turf. Unlock your turf's potential. Visit our website for more information.
Zach was cool.
That was a good time there. Wasn't expecting a Connecticut mullet.
Yeah. That was our first
It's fantastic.
mullet on turf today.
Wow. Within less than 24 hours, Threads has gained 30 million users.
Well, because everybody just transferred their stuff over, right? So like all
Yeah,
your
it seems like you're
followers
almost forced to.
Yeah, you pretty much are. We're gonna see how it goes, I guess.
Not looking forward to that.
Every social media manager in the world woke up to some disturbing news, though. It's like,
Not
hey, by
really
the
if
way,
it transfers over.
but you can't post on one and it posts on the other. You have to post individually on each.
Yeah, whatever. That's why I have
Oh.
one. So, there's 28 comments. I only saw one earlier. So from Chase White, 59. This course has sand greens. You use a fish hook with a string to measure where you put your ball on the green strip. For those who haven't seen it, it is a circle about the size of an average green with one strip, which doesn't even look like it's a width of a triplex.
No.
Down it, and then in the center of it is the actually, you know what? That's probably artificial.
I was wondering if it was fake too.
I think it's got to be artificial. Yeah. But yeah, I don't. What's your thought on that?
So you land anywhere in the sand, and then
Mhm.
you can put your ball on the green strip with that
Distance hook.
with the
Yeah.
and then you got to nail the putt.
Yeah.
Well, a lot less maintenance, I guess. You could have
So
a lot less balls staying on greens, or a lot more balls
no
staying on
divots.
greens.
No, or not divots. They're not divots. They're called ball marks. No ball marks. I think it's pretty fucking cool.
It's different, something different. Like you wouldn't go there
So
and play every day.
no, but I would 100% go there to see it
Oh yeah,
because there's no chance that that's going to be an expensive round.
no fucking way.
If it was, then it's bullshit.
No.
But if this is a gimmick and a dude's, this says course. So, but there's no chance that this is an expensive course, which means not an expensive course means an extremely low budget. Not having greens to maintain like this means that they can spend money elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
They're
or they
basically
might not
just a
even have
park,
it.
right? They're basically just a
Yeah.
park at this point with these sandy greens.
I think it's a super dope idea to introduce people to the game
Mm-hmm.
who are probably really shitty and just want to go out and have fun. I think it's really fucking cool.
You're right. That would be a great way to learn the game. You wouldn't have to
Yeah.
spend a lot of money, go out there, just work on your shots.
You
Okay,
don't
I
have
hit the target.
frustrating three putts. You don't hold up people all the time because that's two putts, you're done.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Even if you suck. Like, I think it's really, really cool. Obviously it's got to be in the right area. It's got to be at the right price point.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't have high expectations. Golf itself is not always about the perfect, most immaculate, nicely groomed course ever. I will play any golf course but one and love it. I don't give a shit what it is. Yeah, there's obviously better conditions at some other places, but like if you spend $30 to go play golf, don't expect it to be fucking dope.
No.
And
I've always said it's more about the people you're with and where you are.
yeah. And even if you're by yourself, focus on something else. It's not like when people get pissed that the greens are punched. Okay, first off, we have to do it. So shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on your drive if it's that long of a course, or if it's a short course like mine, focus on your iron shots. If you miss the green, focus on your chip shots. You don't always need to putt. Get the fuck over it.
No, I agree. I think it's great. It's great for the game. There could be more of that. You never know.
And we start off with the heater of a comment.
Oh, there were some good ones.
So I only read the very first one that popped up, and I want to say it was point of view when you want to half-ass the fuck out of your golf course. How about you half-ass the fuck out of that sentence, considering you spelled you are the letters U and R and not your. But I guess so.
My favorite one is P Vineyard 18. He goes, the super. We have to regrass the greens. And then the board. Okay, but we can only afford 18 rolls of sod.
That's pretty good. This is dumb, kind of sick to be honest. Yeah, so they breed probably a $70 round. Probably not.
$70.
Someone said
chill. That's over
jail.
$100 here.
No. This is new hands to
Somebody
face.
somebody did ask if it's real grass or artificial.
Yeah, I see that, and it looks like it's got to be fake. Just an odd chance it's not. And then someone said it's got to be artificial. Could you imagine the damage done after you see a full tee sheet of golfers, everyone walking in the same area up and down the same putt line? Yeah, that's a really, really good point. That's
tough to water that too, right?
Well, you just have to water the sand with it. It'd just be a waste of water.
Yes.
Or you just have to put micros on it.
Different system, yeah.
Yeah.
So are guys going out raking that sand, or is that sand?
I think so. You have to. I think you'd have to. But no one's chipping out of it, really. And so it doesn't matter where the ball lies.
By the end of the day,
by the end of the day, it's thrashed. But I think in the morning you should rake it, make it look somewhat nice,
Mm-hmm.
Someone did a meme of a hard no. Voice talk Dave. Do you think they do rotations on the greens directions for cut? I bet the cross cut sucks. Son of a bitch.
What's the real Glenn Miller goes, only need one boom with two nozzles to spray those greens. Could you imagine aerification? Must be a hassle. We're staying to aerate greens, guys. All right, see you back here in an hour.
For 30 seconds? No, it's a great sarcastic comment. He obviously, oh yeah, mix up 0.10 acres to spray greens. Well, it isn't golf. ... Wouldn't want to cut greens on a 3 to 9 mow. It is golf.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 3 to 9 mow is funny. And then so Chase White, the guy who posted it or sent it in, this coach is honestly the most fun things ever. Just don't fly it on the strip, or it'll be like landing it on the cart path.
Oh man.
I love it. Yeah, dude, it looks super fun. Flag hunter's dream, just not me. However, I bet you can't fucking hunt a flag. Actually, really neat and cool for a low budget operation. What do you know? And 2 nozzles on a boom, I think, is a little excessive. I think you could probably get away with 1, depending on your spray pattern. Yeah. Good with it. I think golfers will love this. And then my favorite comment from Ryan Conley 43. I might actually break 100 here. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really cool. I dig the idea for a low budget operation. I'm a fan. I would 100% go play that.
And now we'd like to introduce the newest sponsor to the Turf Today podcast, Aquatrolls. Aquatrolls is the world leader in the development of soil surfactants and other technologies that optimize soil-water-plant interactions. And Aquatrolls is responsible for Aqueduct Flex, which is a granular product. It's an all-new, fast-acting, dual-action granular. And why do we use that? Well, it treats and prevents localized dry spot. With that dual action, it can either be used as a treatment or a preventative. Go out and treat it, and with 3 days, you'll visibly be able to see a difference. Spray it as a preventative, and you'll be covered for up to 30 days. Check these guys out for more information at aquatrolls.com.
All right, what's the question?
I did have one from Art Wino.
Yes.
He wanted to know what we thought of Ricky Fowler's performance.
I fucking love Ricky. I've met him. He's super nice. He's very small. I fucking love that he won. I honestly didn't watch any of that tournament.
It was a tough one to get into.
But it wasn't that. I didn't have the time. I was all over the place. But I love it. I love that Ricky's finally won again. I love that he's been in the top 15 in his last like 8 events or something like that. And I'm so happy that he finally broke through. The biggest story out of all that is that stupid fucking putter he uses, that the last 3 people who have won are all using that ice cream sandwich ass looking fucking putter. And now Odyssey's brought it back on pre-order, and people are buying the shitting out of it, thinking that they're going to be a better putter when it's a professional using that fucking putter.
Right. It is kind of crazy. The last 3 guys.
It is really cool. That is a really, really good coincidence. And I'm stoked for Odyssey to like sell all that shit. Like, good for you guys, even though you're owned by Callaway. But it's just, it's funny. I mean, obviously what putter you have does come down to a lot of it, but just because 3 dudes on tour have won with it doesn't mean you're going to be a better putter.
True.
But you guess you could just like the way it looks. I think it looks cool, but I would hate to fucking look down at that thing putting.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
What do you think about his final putt? It was kind of
I loved his reaction.
Yeah.
I loved it. I really did. I love that you could just see the finally just washing off of him.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
just
people
the
that
big breath, and he just looks out like, oh. Did you see the edit where it shows Chubbs and the alligator?
No.
Yeah, so good.
That would be fucking funny.
Oh, it's a great edit. But no, I loved it. And then his caddy went buck wild, and yeah, that was
yeah. He jumped around.
Ricky. I fucking love Ricky Fowler. He's done so much good for the game. His ESPN commercials are the fucking best.
Yes. Oh yeah.
The orange one with where the colorblind one is probably top 3 funniest ESPN commercials from back in the day when they were fantastic. Yeah.
He's doing something now where he's like a caddy. He goes out with a beard and it's like Rick.
Yeah, he did a couple videos of that. It was really funny. And he'd like talk shit.
Actually, I think he called himself Richard the caddy, maybe.
No, it was I think it was. I think it was Richard Flower.
Richard Flower, yeah.
Yeah, it was something Flower. I watched one of them today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was, I know for a fact it was Flower as the last name, and I'm pretty sure he went Richard Fowler.
Mm-hmm.
which is
I think so.
fantastic. Or Richard Flower. Richard Flower.
This
Yeah,
is
that
an
was great.
interesting one from Blabut. Do you guys have tap and die sets? Or what do you use to, or what do you do with stripped threads? So
I'm not a mechanic.
tap and die set, is that what they use to like rethread things? Or like add a thread to a pipe? Yeah,
Beats me.
that would be one to Google. So
Yeah,
I don't think so. Most of the stuff we just buy with the threads on it, and if the threads get fucked up, well,
replace it.
replace it.
I
We
don't.
wanna
I do
fuck
it. I don't
around.
know. That's above my pay grade. Well,
Mm-hmm.
technically below, but I don't have that pay slot.
It sounds old school. Like guys probably
It
used to,
sounds like something that is rethreading and would be used quite a bit, and with the mechanic or like an irrigation tech that is really, really good and on a really
Mhm.
low budget course.
Yes, I'd say that. And they
Yeah.
can just make their own pipes and make their own connections and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, rethreading and irrigation's huge, but I mean, you just get new 90s because 90s are typically where that threading is going to get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. Great question. Maybe someone else could answer in the messages and call us stupid for not knowing,
Yeah,
which is fair. Yeah.
which is fair. Think about how fucking good it would sound. Because Nick Patterson is pretty confident
There it
that he
is.
can beat you. He's pretty confident. And I don't know, I'm seeing a couple pictures and this is going to be tight, man. It's not like it's going to be obvious that somebody's amazing and somebody's not because both the
Oh
pictures,
no, it's two pros. Like
it's two pros.
Yeah.
It's two fucking
Like I said, I'm
savants.
not going to be. I'll be. I mean, I gave myself the crown, so why would I be chapped about losing? You know, will I be upset because yeah, a little bit. I'm a competitor. I want to fucking win, but if his shit's better, then hell, fucking yeah, dude.
Yeah. No, I think
You
it's gonna be
know?
close. I think it's gonna be close, and it's cool how it's gonna be a little incognito. People won't know who's and who's. You know, it's just gonna be A or B, one or two, and
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's the way we got to do it because there's 3 photos each.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Tom Segura, the new Netflix Tom Segura?
No, my wife did the other night.
Dude, I was lying on the floor, dying, laughing.
Nice.
He's fucking funny, and he took it to a few extra levels. He took a couple extra steps. Yeah, so you got a good one loaded up, ready to go.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, keep those real sharp. And sounds like there's some good news coming with the gnome.
I'm waiting for the gnome to come home.
Yes. It's gonna be a famous gnome, whichever one ends up showing up to your place, it's gonna be famous. It's gonna be the gnome. I'll get a little
My wife is gonna
t-shirt.
fucking hate it.
To hide it around the house like the elf on the shelf. It'll be the gnome that moves.
No, she would hide it from me just to fuck with me even more. It'll go in my office.
Nice.
For sure. I'll definitely have it here for the first couple episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking sweet. Cool. Alrighty, I'll talk to you next week. Oh god.
Yep. Good luck on the rake.